Someone close to ICT CS Eliud Owalo should whisper to him that unless they make a honest condemnation and statement on the ethnic profiling that was witnessed during the protests in Kisumu, Mathare, and other Azimio areas, they owe the region an explanation. I am speaking this in respect to a statement, a video clip that I've just seen going around in social media on an attempt to project Kenya Kwanza as a government that in the history of this country has done best for people he calls his supporters, the Luo Nation.
I want to take this opportunity to convey to the government our gratitude as people from this region. Because for the first time since independence, we have gotten a government which is very responsive to the needs of our people. And Felix, when you talk to the president, you need to mention to him, we have done this many times ourselves, like Raymond and everybody else in government, but I want you to pass this message when they are the two of you, that as a people of this region, we are most grateful because for the first time, we are working with a government in which we are truly appreciated. We have got enormous number of jobs which have been given to our people. As we speak, we have got 1 CS, 2 PSS, over 10 chairmen of parastatals. Felix, we have got over 70 members of boards of various parastatals. And as we look for help from the president, the person who usually helps us to facilitate this to a logical conclusion is none other than this gentleman seated here, Felix Kosgei. So I want to thank you most sincerely for being ready and available for us whenever we knock on your doors, so that on behalf of the president, you help us offer service to the people of this region. As a people, we have agreed, all of us who are in government, that we are going to work as one team. Myself, Raymond, Alfred Kombudo, and everybody else in government. We are going to work as one team so that we help the government to deliver to the people of Nyanza. And our focus is not ourselves. Our focus is service delivery to the common mwananchi. The discussion we want to have with government is how to revitalize our sugar industry, how to revitalize our cotton, what to do about exploitation of the fishing industry, the roads, electricity, water. Those are the discussions we want to have, and that is what we are having with the government. And I'm happy to report that so far we are making fundamental progress.
Just today, I did another podcast about the state appointments on KRA, appointments, recruitment at KRA, that was dominated by 2 tribes. I just did that. But you see, we are in a digital age, Generation Z, that have high internet penetration, and so people have messaging. Like the video I've just played to you is all over in the social media trending. Eliud Owalo is actually a member of, and is one of the MPs, one of the leaders that came off the Raila circle, and of course the prominent politician from the Luo Nyanza. These are the fellows that posture as agents of development. But then there is some realities that we have to speak if we want to speak about the wellness of the region. Raymond Omolo is the principal secretary, permanent secretary in the interior. And Eliud Owalo sits in cabinet as ICT, in charge of ICT. But more than 12 people, more than 17 Luos were killed, profiled, and it is a docket that directly falls under someone from that region, born and raised in Homa Bay. Then you still rise the next day and go to project such an image. It's a tall order. I think it's very difficult. Let me not take it far. There will be a burial in Bondo tomorrow on Saturday. Not tomorrow, it will be on Saturday. I don't know whether Owalo really knows, and I hope he knows that Bondo, where he comes from, people don't know, he comes from Asemba is in Bondo. Where he comes from, 2 young people are going to be buried. They were allegedly killed during the protests. Now, Waziri, amongst others, are just sent to save the image. But again, the reality is here. Unless we are assuming. But there are other prominent people and of course, in Luo Nation, blood lost. I see some politicians like from the mountain. I think I listened to Rigathi Gachagua. I think even asking Parliament, how many tons of blood do you want? Kwanza, Luos wanaogopa damu. Let me just tell you that. They fear even that blood. That is why, when you saw Millie Gesa crying that some 10 people had been killed in protest, that he saw 12 bodies, it's because the Luo community, the cultural orientation fears blood. When you will speak with some aging members of the society, they will tell you that one of the advantages of using a stone is that you will not know where it lands. And again, we will not use, kumwaga damu is not something very casual. I'm told, someone was just telling me that in 2007, Raila was surrounded by hardliners. And these hardliners, one of them was William Ruto, amongst others. But he would be, people would come and give him photos and videos of what's happening. And after watching that, and even walk to some mortuaries, I'm told at one point they even walked to some mortuaries just to see what exactly was happening. Na aliogopa, he trembled. Yeah, someone was telling me that. He even trembled that this is not it. And when he actually decided to then share power with Mwai Kibaki, it was against support of his own hardliners. But what people did not know is that aliogopa Yudamu. Yes, he fears it. So that is why the fact that people lost lives cannot be taken casually. Owalo was in Nyanza while he was speaking there. The government where he serves as the CS has come out with a very reckless narrative that politicians hired bodies to parade before the media so that they can magnify stories on police brutality. That story has really received condemnation across board. Even morticians have come out to call out the IG on that. Then you need to parade the names of those politicians. The country has the intelligence. You need to parade the names of those mortuaries where bodies are procured. And who are these people, behind the procurement? And that is why it's a tall order. For the Nyanza rebels, and I want to say it's not, I think they're not anti-ODM rebels. They're just Nyanza rebels. The truth of the matter is that you cannot posture for development without looking at the social well-being of the people. You are in a society and there is a context to everything. Roads are good. Roads are equally good. Factories are equally good. But with that, it does not come. There is no way it undermines the fact that life comes first. Okay? So when you look at the financial liberation, economic liberation, but you cannot undermine the need for social justice. The need for social justice is there. That is one thing that we have to agree. So, however much you will dispatch members of, you can dispatch the Owalos and the team to go and run UDA coordination activities in the villages and attend funerals. And, at the end of the day, you are from a society. And these things don't work in isolation. And I want to say this. If they turn a blind eye on such occurrences like those killings, then they're going to be used as PR agents without impact. You're just going to be used as PR. And I'm wondering, if someone wants ceasefire and wants, political smoothening of Luo Nyanza, then why do you send Owalo to a funeral or somewhere in Homa Bay or Migori? Then you take time to go to Mount Kenya and spend 5 days calling Raila all sorts of names. I'm like, how honest? What is the honest in it? Because when people are insulting and calling Raila all sorts of names in the mountain at the other end, accompanied by the president, even Raila supporters from that region are listening to those videos. They are watching news. They are seeing those video clips on YouTube. The president himself is live in his Facebook page. So whatever is being said on top of the mountain, the people are listening. So even when you dispatch your cabinet secretary to Nyanza on political smoothening, it is work in futility, because the person that is creating the antagonism is president and his cronies, his political machineries. So Ruto is running a smear campaign against Raila in the mountain. He was there in five good days, making stopovers and speeches in each and every stopover. The only thing was Raila Narudusha Bondo, Raila this, Raila that. Then you still send Owalo to go and do political smoothing in Nyanza. I'm like, is it going to work that way? It is going to work that way. Lastly, development is a right, and I don't think it can be a tool for political submission. That is a mistake I think it has worked in some regions that are a bit suppressed, where you're told you submit, then you get roads, you submit, then I don't know, you get what, you submit, then you get dams. I don't know. I simply don't buy it. Devolution stipulated in the constitution the percentage going to the counties. And it is not by favor. It is in the constitution. It has to be done. Because everyone is paying taxes. As of the national government, or as the governance aspect favoring regions, it's a political question that cannot be solved by having one cabinet secretary. If that is what we are saying, then honestly, the issue of political inclusion or the issue of development is not a tool for political submission. It has never worked. I think the only place it has never worked is Luo Nyanza, maybe. It can't work because it's not a favor. Everyone is paying taxes. Tukienda supermarket, everyone is buying. No one is getting a favor because it comes from another region. It is getting some price reduction because it comes from another region. So on this one, I still insist. The police brutality must be called as it is, especially by those who are around William Ruto and the same people that William Ruto is sending to do the political smoothing. Those sweet words do not sink, especially when videos of families breaking down in tears is going viral, especially in Luo Nyanza.